Yeah, I'm Eddie from The Bucket and here with Dutch Uncles at Beacons.
Hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Very windy. Sideways rain.
Yeah,
We have
All
to
kinds of
share,
rain.
share an umbrella.
raining indoors, there's no way to
Yeah.
get dry. What do you think of Beacons? You played before?
No, we were scheduled to play the first ever Beacons.
Yeah.
And that got rained off. And then we didn't get asked to come back the year after. Because we didn't have anything to, we didn't have any new music.
Yeah.
And then, it's our first time. Although we did play here when it was Morefest. Before it was called Beacons, before it got taken over, it was called Morefest. And
Yeah.
we did that once. And that
So
was,
it's really early on.
that was 3 years ago, I think.
And it was interesting or...
I think it was like our first ever festival,
Oh, really?
that we really had, so we didn't know what to make of it at all. So it's great to finally be.
Yeah. Anyone you recommend seeing? Or anyone you're planning on seeing while you're here?
Well,
Watched a bit of Stealing Sheep.
Yeah, we caught some Stealing Sheep, and I'm definitely gonna check out Melodies at Coachella,
Yeah.
because I really liked what I've heard on the radio. Really want to see Wire as well. Hopefully, some of us are camping. Hopefully, because I'm a really big fan of the late '80s stuff.
Yeah.
Eardrum Buzz and In Vivo, that kind of period of singles. Brilliant stuff. I'd really like to see them do that.
Wicked. You've had 3 albums out now.
Yeah.
Does recording your albums, has it got easier every time, or you kind of...
Not musically. Maybe it's a process that you understand how it works. Try to make it. We felt maybe more interesting every time. A lot more instrumentation.
So if you kind of describe your sound in 3 words, would you be as creative as you want? For any new
It was
listeners.
hard enough when we tried to do 2 between us. I mean, last time we split one word in half.
Go into vowels and consonants if you want.
I don't know, garish prog pop, why not?
Garish prog pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's not as creative as it usually is, but I think that's still quite accurate.
You've got a massive range of influences on kind of all your records so far. What influences you outside of that? Musical, so like day-to-day living, journeys on the bus and such.
I mean, like what influences us as musicians?
Yeah. What?
I think you could. There's obviously so much to take from film. Obviously, I'm trying to think what kind of films.
You like a lot of Hitchcock.
Yeah, the Hitchcock films are pretty good. But I mean, I'm trying to remember like last time I watched something and it had a direct effect on me.
So your third album wasn't kind of written about psych or anything like that?
No. Although I did once write a song about Hitchcock and Tippi Hedren, who was was the star of The Birds.
Yeah.
I wrote a song about their tenuous relationship and how he tried to make her into a star and she didn't want to be it. It was a really shit song.
B-side?
No, not even that actually. It didn't even scrape the first
Try and
album.
slip
Yeah,
on,
I'm trying to
slip
figure
on
out
sound.
which one that was.
You don't need to know. Yeah.
Paramore have said recently that you're like a big influence on their new material. Obviously because you're talking, but how's that come about?
Well, we kept joking. We kept joking about the tour when we first saw the article. Taylor, the guitarist, he said that we and Alt J had been direct influences
Yeah,
on
it was
this
a
place.
podcast, wasn't it? In Scotland.
Were you kind of shocked to hear it, or
It was
just
funny,
nice?
it was funny to hear it, and then we all joked to ourselves about, all right, well, let's get that tour ready then, and then
I texted our booking agent, Parator, let's go.
and then like about 3 months later, this, so last minute. We had less than 3 weeks to get things prepared. Like, we had to have the money to, spend on the hotels and the travel. Like,
Some of us didn't even book holidays, that was like a period of holiday.
Everyone had gone, no matter what comes through, I'm going on holiday. And then
Parator came through.
Paramore, really?
Right, better cancel that
Is there
holiday.
a bit of a bitter edge there with Paramore then? Holiday ruins.
Oh, absolutely not, no.
Keeping me away from the Costa del Sol.
No, they only took us through the whole of Europe over like 20 days, so I think it was much more than that.
Yeah.
The holiday that we were actually booking on our budget. So.
Well, it's like the first venue was like playing this race course in Milan. Where the Killers were playing it the next day and stuff like that. And it was just like, just to even have done that one show, I think people would have cancelled holidays just to do the one show.
Yeah.
So to get the whole tour, to make it work, it was really, really interesting. And they're really nice guys. Really, such a bizarre experience, but great.
Very eye-opening.
The audience, obviously, for you and Paramore, I'd say is a little bit different. That kind of, did you notice that when you were playing?
Well, we were really worried about that because you think about in this country, I think they're so far on.
Yeah.
Like their supporters are so faithful to it all and all that. But at the same time, I think a lot of their fans just have to remember they're just kind of young kids, just kind of going to their first ever gigs here, and and a competent band is a competent band. I think we're trying to do the same thing with our kind of proper disco and electronic side of things. I think hopefully we can expect a better reaction to our Grace Jones cover than usual.
Yeah, I know. I saw that Kendall. So
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, the best reaction we had was Sheffield at the Tramlines Festival.
Yeah.
We had a circle pit. And if we could get something like that going on again tonight.
Yeah, that's alright. I'll go in and start speaking. Do you think about recording again in the near future?
Yeah, it's on our mind. On our mind all the
We're
time.
building our own.
Influenced by
Building our
Paramore?
own studios in Salford, so
Yeah.
recording everything.
Yeah, we're setting up a new base and trying to get on with it as quickly as we can. There is kind of a song that we've said to ourselves, is that Paramore going through? But
Usually
but in the broadest sense, just kind of like just the use of three chords in such a way, we can get really analytical about that. But we're trying to get on as fast as we can.
That's cool. Have you got any big plans for next year?
I think, we're going on tour with Everything after the festivals, and then we are going to do our own tour, like at the end of this year. And then I think after that, I think that's probably going to be our album wrap up. So, I think it's back to our studio, back to just kind of, hibernation again. Great.
That's been really good, guys. So thanks for coming to this shed and sitting on these dusty
it's the driest place.
mustard chairs. Is this mustard? I don't know. Diarrhea more like.
It's like the colour of our vinyl, actually.
Fine.
I think it's the colour of our vinyl.
Yeah, that's not gold, is it?
You certainly feel like you've gone back in time sitting on it. So. I've been Eddie for the Bucket, and this has been Dutch Uncles. Cheers, guys.